I've heard a lot of people say something along the lines of, Universal is fun, but like it's not Disney. Oh, well, there's just something about Disney. Or, well, we just like Disney because everyone can do something. Hold on a second. This is all gonna be a matter of perspective. Some people really love Disney as a park. I totally do, because a lot of people can all ride the same things together because it's super family oriented. But like, not everybody wants to ride something super family oriented. Some people really want the thrills. And that's what I love about Universal. There's some incredible theming here. There's some really fun things to see, and they have rider swap options. So if you have younger people or people who just don't want to ride, you can switch out and somebody can go ride the thrills and get that adrenaline rush while somebody else sits and hangs out. And that is an awesome option. I think there's actually more for more people here, because there's designated like kids areas, playscapes, educational information. I mean, you name it, fun stuff to engage with, making music. There's so many different things that Universal offers people that you're seriously limiting yourself if you don't enjoy these parks. And the thing is that is true for life. If you put yourself inside of a box, if you limit yourself by saying, I'm only gonna do this, or I can't do that because, or I shouldn't do this because, and that because is something false, it's something out of fear, it's something because it makes you uncomfortable. Sure, that discomfort is gonna keep you safe, but it is drastically going to limit your experiences in life. I love all the theme parks. I really do. I love seeing what the creative teams put together, how they can deliver these incredible experiences for us to enjoy that help us laugh, giggle, I mean, you name it. There's literally something out here for everybody, whether it's this park or another park in Orlando or somewhere else in the world. But it just sucks. Like, there's people who don't want to travel the world. There's people who don't want to experience other cultures, other histories, and that's fine. To each their own. To me, that just really limits what you learn and what you experience. If you can go somewhere else and you can learn about the way they live and you can see the things, whether it's the Eiffel Tower or Big Ben or the pyramids at Giza, like anything that's an icon, great. There's like a, oh, wow, like there's a wow factor because you've seen it on TV and this is an ancient site, or this is one of the 7 world wonders. Like, those things are great, but there's something special about standing somewhere that is just not home, that smells different, that people act different, the sights you see are different, and you learn something new, and this is an incredible experience. Universal offers families some really incredible spaces. It offers adults some really fun and exciting things, and the world offers something new for you at every different corner, and limiting yourself is just going to hinder your life experience and just how big it is. People have a right to live their life in any way in which they choose. Abso-freaking-lutely. I just think that if you live a life in your comfort zone, you're not gonna grow. You're not going to develop. You're not gonna be excited. Sure, you can save yourself from like sadness, heartbreak, you know, but by the same token, the negative is what helps us feel alive. Because without the negative, we can't go into the positive without being absolutely overjoyed by it. I mean, if everything was happy, if everything was always good, we wouldn't appreciate it the same way. And I'm not saying that stuff doesn't suck. We're currently not going through the best phase in our world. It's been pretty crappy, and I'm highly stressed and highly not awesome. But the thing is that the thing I tell myself every day is that while I can't control what's going on around me, I can control how I respond. I can work to control how I respond. And while I cannot travel everywhere I want to right now, I hope to soon. And I can look back on the places that I have seen that have opened my eyes and be grateful for that, because it taught me something and it gave me a bigger life experience. One of the things I love about being at Universal Orlando is just how close everything is. Check out this video because I did a whole tour, but let's continue talking about this and let's go see some of the fun Halloween decorations at these hotels. Just look at how pretty this place is. You can't tell me that this environment is not unbelievably awesome. I love this. Oh, this is so cool. Evil Carnival, or Carnival Evil. Like you marvel and wonder when you go to a carnival, or like a fair, or things like that. Like there's wonders, right? So I love that they found a word and were able to do that and do something that says evil. It's so much fun. All right, we're gonna time our walk here from Lowe's Portofino Bay over to Hard Rock, which is gonna put us only 5 minutes from the parks. It is 4:52 currently. Let's check out this walk. It's one of the few I haven't done. Why limit yourself to one thing? Why limit yourself to one location? Why limit yourself to anything at all? If you limit the kind of clothing you wear because you're afraid, or because you think you're too old, or maybe even too young, oh my gosh, can we just say, hold on a second about the age thing? Because I know a lot of people, myself included, who love to dress in decades that are definitely not her own. As far as dressing outside of what you think the respectable or right age is, there are a lot of people who like to dress in 80s, 90s, 40s, 50s, 20s. There are people out there dressing in every kind of decade. If I hear one more person say that they can't wear something or do something because of their age, I'm gonna cry. Also, we are here at the Hard Rock Hotel, and it is 4:58. I have walked this walk several times. I'm actually gonna take you through like a little garden area. So instead of continuing down that path, just go up in here. Hello, friend. Like, look at how pretty this is. And you can totally come through here. It's just gorgeous. Even the center is shaped like a butterfly. Have you walked through here before? I love this spot. I always take it if I'm walking over here. I just think that a lot of people, not even think, I know, a lot of people limit themselves because they convince themselves that they can't for a reason that is fear-based. It's not even a reason, it's an excuse. I have an excuse of why I can or cannot do something because I'm afraid. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to step out. I don't want to do that. I've heard people say that when it comes to, going on social media and putting stuff up in stories where they're face forward. I've heard people say that they can't wear stuff. I've heard people say that they're afraid to go travel alone because what are people gonna think when it's just them? And I'm like, there is no just about it. Who cares if it's only you? There's no just about it. You are experiencing what you want to experience by yourself, for yourself, because that's what you want to do with your time. Like, who cares? I mean, I've had people say like, how do you dine alone? How do you go to the parks by yourself? I think that's getting to be less and less a thing, but I still see it a lot. And I'm like, because I want to. That's it. There needs to be no other reason. Why would someone judge you for doing that? And if they do, let them. Who freaking cares? It's not their life. It's your life. Don't limit your life. One of the most liberating things I ever had brought to my attention. Do you care what I do? I'm just this person out here in the social media verse with a camera pointed at her and she talks to it. Do you care what the person at the supermarket is doing? What the person at your local retailer for who knows what is doing? Do you care what that security guard is doing? But do you care? I mean, honestly, when you think about it, when you pass by people, you're probably, if you judge them, you're judging them for something hopefully extreme, and hopefully you even learn to let that one go too. Because if you don't want people to judge you, then please don't judge others. But really, do you really care what they're doing? And if you don't care, then why would anyone else care about what you're doing? You're probably thinking about it way more than they are. In fact, they're probably stressing about similar things that you're stressing about. How am I going to pay for this? How am I going to save for that? How am I going to do this? How am I going to get my kids that? How am I going to accomplish blah, blah, blah? What if I could just X? They have their own versions of the same things that you stress and worry about and think about, which means they're probably not thinking about you and what you're wearing, unless you're wearing something where half of your butt is sticking out the bottom. Then they might be like, dang. But I mean, who cares? Do you? The worst thing any of us could do is limit how we're living to where we reach the end of our life and we have a chance to reflect with regret. I wish I would have. That is the worst thing you could do. Unfortunately, I've really run out of time today, and I'd love to take you to more hotels, so I'll try to do that later. But I'll show you this. Aventura had this really cool, aliens theme last year. I don't know what their theme is this year. And then Cabana Bay is probably my favorite because I know this year it's pumpkins again, so it's like this like throwback to the pumpkin lord here, at least it feels that way. And it's just like pumpkins everywhere, all over the swivel lounge, all over above you. Like, it's just incredible. They don't just decorate for Halloween, they decorate for the holidays. And like, look at Cabana Bay. Its theming is incredible with that silver tree. Like, that is on point for the era. Please, 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 the next time you think you have to limit yourself to something, or for some silly reason, don't. Please, please don't. Because one day you're gonna look back and think, damn, if only I would have. And life is far too precious for that. Till next time, sending you all the love and wishing you the brightest, most bold, most beautiful, empowered life you can live. Cheers.